All right, it's here, boys. NBA All-Star starters have been announced, and this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The only thing more exciting than this is the NBA All-Star game, which is just going to be a joke of a pickup game like it always is. Players don't really care about the game. They go out there and just don't give a shit, to be honest, and just play not even pickup basketball. I see better basketball just at the park by where I live, but players still want to get selected to the game and they won't try really hard once the game gets around, but players still care about kind of the legacy. Whenever your career's over, they're going to say, let's use Giannis, for example. Giannis Antetokounmpo, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, 15-time NBA All-Star, however many times he ends up making it. And players seem to care about that for their legacy at least. But in the East, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, and Tyrese Maxey. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey and Jalen Brown. That's awesome. They were able to make it in. They're kind of taking a leap forward in their game. Jalen Brown probably doesn't make it if Jason Tatum isn't injured, but who knows? Maybe they both make it in there, and Boston's just a super team, which we kind of thought they would be, or at least just a high level top of the league style team. Cade Cunningham gets in there as well, so that's awesome for Cade. Um, Giannis is the only one that's not really surprised. I wouldn't say Jalen Brunson's a huge surprise, but Cade, Tyrese, Jalen Brunson, Jalen Brown, these are all not completely new All-Stars, but they're kind of jumping into that prime area of their career where Giannis is a bit of an older player, at least at 30 years old. But moving on to the West, we have Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, SGA, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama. We're not surprised any of these guys are all-stars, to be honest. Some people had a what's the word I'm looking for? I want to act like Anthony Edwards was snubbed because Victor Wembanyama was tied with Anthony Edwards. They had a tiebreaker, and the tiebreaker we'll see right here. It'll work from the fan vote basically. So if you see Anthony Edwards and Wemby right here, they both finished with 5.75. Y'all are probably wondering what that even means, but it's a player vote, fan vote, and a media vote. So we see right up here, that's how they determine them. The fan vote counts for 50%. The NBA players vote is 25%, and the media vote is 25%. It's kind of interesting. You kind of see what players think about their peers out there, because Jokic was number 1 in the player rank. Kawhi was number 12. Denny Avdija was 10. Wemby was 7 on the player rank. Steph Curry was 2. I don't feel like it's all too crazy. I don't think there's any I don't know if snubs is the word. I don't see any of these player rankings where I'm thinking, they're just being a hater. They don't like this guy or that guy. The players seem to respect each other pretty well, at least as far as their craft goes. But anyway, Wemby and Edwards, they were tied for 5.75, but Wemby was number 6 on the fan votes. Edwards was number 7. So that determined the tiebreaker. I'm sure Anthony Edwards is absolutely still going to be in the All-Star game, but he's going to be a reserve. I've heard people saying starters don't really matter. The All-Star game is all about the fans, and that's true. Someone made the point, if Precious Achiuwa gets voted in, if just name, sorry Precious to take a shot at you, just name any player that doesn't deserve to be on the All-Star game. If all the fans make all these votes for one player and he gets in, but he doesn't deserve to really be in there, now some really good player probably missed out and got snubbed from the All-Star game. Like I was saying before, players don't really care about the game. They're going to go out there and play it like a half-ass pickup game. Not even that. They're not even going to play half-ass. It's just like a big three-point shooting contest. I don't even watch the All-Star game anymore. It's really a joke. But anyway, like I said before, the players care about making it for their legacy. So what happened in 2017, the fan votes, I think they changed the voting system somehow. I want to say it was all fan votes back then, but if y'all remember 2017, it was like a troll-ass Zaza Pachulia campaign, so just a big wave on social media and across everything. Everyone was just saying, vote Zaza Pachulia, and he got so many fan votes. He finished number 2 in All-Star voting over everybody. I forgot who number 1 was, but Zaza Pachulia was number 2 in All-Star fan voting. I think it was a similar setup to this, actually, because the fan votes, they counted for like 50%, But basically, the NBA players and the media, they got their votes. They didn't vote for Zaza, basically, so they got things right, and Anthony Davis ended up starting over Zaza Pachulia. Zaza Pachulia has never deserved to be in an NBA All-Star game. For his entire life, I can't stand Zaza Pachulia. He's a dirty-ass player with no basketball talent that lands in people's landing spaces, and he's the whole reason the landing space foul is a thing because he undercut Kawhi like a dirty-ass player that sucks at basketball. But anyway, if y'all remember in 2017, just the whole troll ass campaign to vote for Zaza, I definitely remember it. It was all over social media. Vote for Zaza, and he gets he finished number 2 in the fan votes again. So that's what we can't really have happening. We can't have the fans. If it was like 100% fan votes and Zaza Pachulia actually made that All-Star game, and you see Zaza Pachulia starting in the All-Star game, now a player like Anthony Davis doesn't even make the All-Star game at all, and they legit get snubbed because the fans wanted to be a bunch of trolls and vote for Zaza Pachulia. That's something we don't want to see happening. I thought it was fucking hilarious that we're all voting for Zaza and he's number 2 number 2 in the All-Star voting. I remember the year when that happened. It was like Zaza, then maybe LeBron James is number 1 with Zaza Pachulia right on his ass for the votes. But that's the one thing. My point of view, I don't really care who the starters are. I don't care if you're starting or coming off the bench. But if you're a player like Anthony Davis in 2017 and you 100% deserve to be in the All-Star game, it's not even a question. Then us as fans, we all go on our troll ass Zaza Pachulia campaign. And then if Anthony Davis actually missed the All-Star game that year, and let's say they do that, let's say the fans do that troll ass voting like 4 years in a row and Anthony Davis misses 4 All-Star games and now he's a 10-time All-Star instead of a 14-time All-Star at the end of his career. That can affect Hall of Fame voting. It can affect different things because All-Star appearances, they are a thing that matters to a lot of players as far as their legacy goes. I was gonna say it doesn't matter so much to me, but thinking about it, that's not really true because when I look back at great players, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, when I look back at LeBron James' career, Micheal Jordan, all those guys, you always look at All-Star nods, you look at MVPs and Defensive Player of the Years and championships, of course, Finals MVPs, and I just can't help it. I'm gonna look at All-Star appearances. I'm gonna look at it. So that's why we can't have that Zaza Pachulia 2017 type stuff happening. That's why they have NBA players in the media panel having 50% of the votes divided between them. Because if it was 100% fan votes again, we'd have Zaza Pachulia in the All-Star game. I think fans kind of see how players treat it. Players treat the game like an entire joke as far as the All-Star game goes. So as fans, we're like, why should we even take the voting seriously if y'all aren't gonna take the game seriously? So again, we have our all-star starters for the Western and Eastern Conference. I won't try to be too negative about it. I'll probably tune in for the first quarter of the All-Star game and see what's going on, but I think it's going to be a giant joke. The fans, rather the players, they act like they're doing us a huge favor by being in the NBA, and they are. We love to watch these guys play, but at the same time, we're doing them a bigger favor as fans. If you have no fans, you have no job that's paying you millions and millions of dollars. The players are entertainers as well. And that's what some players forget at times. I feel like you get paid the big bucks because you're an entertainer. That's the number one thing. You get the money because you're entertaining, and that's why the NBA gets these TV deals and sells all these tickets, and that's why the players get paid the money they get paid. And it kind of seems disrespectful when they go out for the All-Star game and just completely half-ass it and don't give a shit about the game. So no one expects them to go out there and be playing like it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals, but at least show some effort. It'll be guys taking like half-court shots and just spread the lane wide open and go do a reverse windmill dunk. And, at least once the fourth quarter starts, at least put some effort. People still want to see a good game out there. So we'll see how it looks this year. But again, it's good that at least Zaza Pachulia is not going to get voted in like in 2017 because that was fucking hilarious. But at the same time, I don't want to see some all-time great player miss out on All-Star games because we're just kind of trolling the All-Star game as fans, which we should. We should troll the game because players don't really care about it. So hopefully this year we'll see a better effort from the players out there, because that's the least you can do, at least to show respect to the fans that paid for those tickets to go to the game. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you think about the All-Star game. Let me know what you think about the voting format. I think the format's pretty fine because, again, the 2017 Zaza Pachulia shit was hilarious, but we can't have, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, those type of players miss out because we're just trolling as fans. But like and subscribe, 7 million subscribers. Let me know what y'all think. We'll see y'all next time. Peace out, bro.